Hello everyone, welcome back again. My name is Alex. Thank you all so much for checking out the video today. We are going to be checking out some more Killjoy setups here for our Valorant agents. We're going to be checking out the map Fracture today. Not the overall best map that that Killjoy has in her repertoire, but B-site is a very wonderful site for Killjoy, and overall this is a pretty decent map for Killjoy if you would like to be more consistent with her and play her a little bit more efficiently. Definitely check out the stuff we have here, and let's go ahead and get into it. As we begin our first setup here on the A side of Fracture, what we're going to want to go ahead and do is make sure that our alarm bot is set up in this little corner right here. Again, keeping an eye on the outlines of the circle. Gonna want to make sure the outline stops right about there, so you're gonna want to put it right up against that wall, put it right about there. First grenade right here in this little crevice corner. Second grenade right here in front of this diamond. Maybe a little bit closer to the diamond, but for right there, that should be pretty decent. And then from there, we're going to want to go ahead and throw our turret right here. Very good general default setup. This will get you a good feel for how the enemy team is playing. And if you're the enemy team looking at this, this is what you will see coming in. You'll be coming in wondering where stuff is. You'll see the alarm bot right over here. If you tend to hear footsteps a little bit better and you hear them around here, you can be sure to set this one off. They start to push, that alarm bot goes, you pop this one off, and that's just constant damage. They're having to worry about the turret, and now you can position yourself either there towards sands or even behind box if you feel like being a little bit aggressive and cheeky. This is a very wonderful, just like I said, default standard setup. Not going to do anything flashy, but it is going to get you a chance to feel out the other team and see what's what. For a couple of different setups for your utility on this site, if you want to go ahead and move your second grenade that is right here, whether they're destroying it or you're just not getting a lot of value out of it, you can go ahead and move the second one right here onto site. That way, by the time they push in onto site and they're trying to plant, assuming they haven't shot this, or if you just hear them coming in, you hear your alarm bot go off, you pop that one again, it attacks them, you go in. Another one right there. They either have to push upstairs, which gives you a very wonderful viewpoint from right there, or they just have to push straight into sight, which could be very advantageous for you if you are standing right here. They're going to be very unaware. If you have also noticed that they are tending to just fully push A main right here and not really giving any attention here to satellite and want to put your turret in a little bit of a different position because they're destroying it, you can go ahead and throw it right about here. Still gets that very good look of main and even gets a decent look of deep satellite. That way you can know. But for the most part, if they are just sort of being a bunch of pushing platypuses and you want to be a bit more careful and a bit more passive with your utility, turret right there, very wonderful. Stand around right here, play a little bit aggressive. They'll go for your turret first, and then you just got to hit your shots. Turning our bulbous bouffon attention over towards the B side of Fracture here, we're going to want to go ahead and set up our site with our utility. First utility right here, little drone guy, bam. Third step from the sun right there. First granada right over here. We're going to go ahead and make sure that it is covered by this big pillar, big strong heavy pillar. And then our second grenade, this one is going to be an important one. We're going to want to make sure we have it right about here, chilling in the fauna, chilling in the grass, maybe a little bit closer to the side, to the corner of the wall, but somewhere around there, somewhere around this area, pretty good. From there, turret, we're going to want to make sure that we have in this corner facing this way. This gives us a look at both crosses on the turret. We see arcade over here, see if they're going this way towards tower, and then we also see B main as they push in through here and try to go on to site. Your holding position is going to want to be in the most advantageous spot to you, and that is a little dependent on how you play. This is a very good setup, and you can sort of flex it, if you know what I'm saying. You can maybe decide to have a little bit more big dick energy and sort of start to push in, be a little bit more aggressive. Or if you want to be a little bit more passive, maybe you're doing your taxes, maybe you're counting your cheese, you want to go ahead and do a little something like this. You want to place yourself somewhere around right here. Going to want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on your alarm bot as well as hearing for footsteps. You start to hear footsteps. Pop that one. They start to push in more. Start to do some shooting. Pop that one. Bit of a double cross right there. Maybe you have someone on site. Maybe you have a teammate up in tower. And it's just easy pickings. Additionally, let's say you want to be a bit more aggressive, as I was saying, and play a little bit more aggressively and put yourself in a bit of a more aggressive position. This one right here is going to be a very good one for you. This one is a bit more of relying on your util first and your shooting second. You're going to want to keep an eye on your turret, see if there are people coming arcade pushing you tower. You want to be a bit careful there. You are a bit exposed unless you have a teammate roaming around there. I would not recommend that though, because that is 2 teammates on the middle of the site. If you guys get rolled, you are going to be leaving your team with nothing but a lollipop and a smile to go to heaven. Alarmbot and first grenade are going to be the exact same position right here as the other setup. Turret, again, always the same setup for that one. Little bit different second grenade position right here. That way you start to hear them, or you hear your alarmbot or your turret go off. Pop the first one, pop the second one. They start to come up. They're aware of the turret. They're aware of the alarm bot. They're a bit unaware of where you are. And it gives you time to peek, get some kills, and hopefully have your team rotate in enough time to get the win of the round. Another slightly different secondary grenade position. You're going to want to make sure that you have it right around here on the side of this step ladder, step stair. What are you doing? Step ladder type thing. You're going to want to make sure that it is right there as close to the corner as you can. And then another good place to hold would also be green box. Be aware, this box is obviously completely wall bangable. Just be a bit aware of that as you're holding this. Maybe hold more towards the left. Maybe even decide to peek the left a little bit more. But from there, again, keeping an eye on all the turrets, all the alarm bots. See what's happening. See what's happening with your team. Pop the first one. Pop the second one, as you can see. Sort of secludes them to pushing onto site. You can even decide to stay right there on site for the other setup, for this setup. Or you can choose to go right here. They'll maybe be a bit more unaware because they might think that you're on site when in reality, you're right around the box. And finally, our last setup here is going to be a bit of a more aggressive one. Again, this one you can decide to stay up towards tower, or maybe a bit more of a default position for this setup is right there on the site like we had for other setups, but this one works even better than the other setups for that positioning right there. Very aggressive placements for all of our stuff, or excuse me, very passive placements, but very aggressive peeking from you once you start to notice them coming in. Drone right here, excuse me, bot right here, as far along this corner as you can. Grenade slightly below that. And then we're going to be using the same grenade placement below the stairs as the other setup. And then from there, if the enemies start to come in, if they start to hear some shit, or if you start to hear some shit, you can go ahead, or if you start to hear your alarm bot go off, pop that one. They try to move around. You pop that one. That's taking a lot of damage. Even if they try to go onto site, this is wall bangable. And then if you place yourself here or there, they're going to be very flabbergasted, very perplexed, very perpendicular, and you will be able to hopefully secure yourself a burrito royale. Well, that is going to be the end of this video today for our Killjoy setups here on Fracture. I want to thank you all so very much again for watching these videos and supporting them. It means the world to me. All your comments mean the world to me. Even just saying that I smell like cheese means the world to me. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it a lot. Definitely let me know if you think that there are better Killjoy setups on this site, whether you think that they are better aggressively or better passively. Let me know if you like any of the ones in this video. Let me know if they helped you get any wins. Let me know what you would like to see next. Let me know what agent you guys would be particularly interested to see next. I'm probably not too sure who I'm going to end up with next, but definitely let me know if you have a selection, and I will catch you guys on the next video.